This is Focus, a program that covers the people, places, and events here on Diego Garcia. And now, here's your reporter.
Good evening and welcome to Focus. I'm Navy journalist Kevin Clark. This is the new AIMD facility here on Diego Garcia. In case you're wondering what an AIMD facility is, it's sort of like a mass unit for aircraft. Housed in these trailers are avionics, airframes, and supply elements to support the P-3 aircraft assigned here. Now that in itself is not unique. What is unique is these trailers can be moved within 48 to 72 hours to a new location and be set up and be completely operational. Now, it was never tried before until recently, right here on Diego Garcia. So they made history for the Navy right here on the island with this AIMD facility.
The project was to move the entire AIMD facility across the road to a more permanent foundation. 59 trailers in all had to be readied for the event, moved, and then made operational again. It took hundreds of man-hours to accomplish, but the 80 to 100 people working to get the job done managed without incident. Lieutenant Commander R.F. Muncie, the AIMD officer, explained what problems were foreseen in planning the move.
Well, some of the problems we anticipated was unknown weather. Over here in Diego, we have a lot of rainy periods, quick showers. We had to anticipate that. We anticipated some of the vans had the forklift holes where they could be easily moved. Some of them did not, depending on the age, if they were old or new. We also anticipated the van movement, where they were going to be placed from where they were presently. The new complex had them spray painted so that the crane operator could tell where to place each of the vans. Those were just some of the problems that we weren't able to anticipate.
And so it began in less than ideal weather conditions. The first phase of the operation called for the dismantling of the trailers, which were then picked up by fork trucks and moved to a staging area. Master Chief Wesley is the AIMD Maintenance and Material Control Officer for the command, and he explained that as soon as the first set of trailers had been staged, they were faced with an unforeseen problem.
As we moved away the first van that we could get to with a forklift, we put the doors on. Well, we found out right away that the doors weren't marked to the ones that they had come off of, so we had trouble lining up bolt holes, screw holes, and actually getting the doors on. All this time we're watching the clouds come around us. After we got the first finger of vans off, we noticed that there were the concrete block pads that they had been setting on, and they were fastened into the ground with rebar. We had to come in with a forklift and physically lift these things out of the ground in order for the forklift to get to the next group of vans. That was something that we were totally unprepared for.
Moving the trailers to the new site was accomplished again by a fork truck, but it also identified another problem. The newer trailers were constructed with lift slots built into the frame, making it easier to pick them up. The older trailers were not. But the relocation continued. The trailers were lifted onto flatbed trucks that would carry them to the new location. Once on site, they were again staged for the crane operator. In order to make the placement of the trailers easier, the cement stanchions were spray painted with the corresponding trailer number. This way, the crane operator and the ground crew chief could easily identify the next trailer needed. Now working in better weather, things began to go more quickly, but as the crane began to set the trailers in place, another problem became apparent. The old trailers were not the same height as the newer ones, requiring each to be blocked up in order to flush up against the trailers already in place. Also, some of the concrete stanchions were misplaced, requiring more blocking to offset the difference. Prior planning, though, had eliminated many of the problems associated with a move of this magnitude. For instance, the bunting between the trailers had to be held back when the next trailer was swung into place, a potentially hazardous maneuver. This was accomplished safely and easily, however, by using a piece of rope strapped to the bunting and held back by someone in the trailer. This little improvisation was just one of the keys to a safe move.
I don't recall any injuries. If there were, they were a fingernail scrape or a sprain, maybe, but no major injuries whatsoever.
The entire facility was taken down, moved, and set up again in 4 days, only 2 of which were normal work days. This type of rapid movement is just what the mobile unit is designed for, and it was carried out successfully here on Diego Garcia. Lieutenant Commander Muncie explained what advantages the new facility provides.
There are a lot of the advantages were that we were on island power over there. Here we were on generators with we have generators as backup power over there now. It's a secure area. We have a large fence around it. The complex is a little closer. We have all the mechanical vans in one area, and all the avionics are all in one area. It's much easier to do corrosion work, and there are some of the advantages to the van move.
The only detrimental aspect of the new facility is the concrete blocks supporting the trailers. Although making corrosion control work much easier, Master Chief Wesley was concerned with the mobile aspect of the unit.
Right now, my mobile maintenance facility is only mobile if I have a crane on site. I can get a forklift to the outside vans, but I cannot get a forklift to the inner vans that are on top of these 2.5-foot stanchions. I have to have a crane here capable of lifting these vans to move them.
100 people working 4 days to move an entire facility. It was hard work in less than ideal weather conditions, but it was done. A total team effort and a first for AIMD here and for the Navy.